We'll get started with the stretching portion and we'll start on all fours. So coming down onto your all fours, make sure your shoulder is in line with your wrist and your fingers are spread apart wide, maintaining a strong grip on your mat. We'll take an inhale and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, raise your right hand towards the ceiling and open through your chest. And we'll take another inhale here. Exhale, we'll thread that right arm underneath the left and come onto our shoulders. So you can feel free to stay here if this is enough of a stretch for you, or you can extend the arms forward onto your fingertips and give those lats a nice stretch as well. So just breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll slowly unravel, come back to our all fours and switch sides to the left side. So still spreading the fingers wide, we'll raise the left arm towards the ceiling, open through the chest once again. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, thread that left arm underneath the right, coming onto your shoulders. And if this is enough of a stretch for you, you're welcome to stay, or you can extend the arms forward onto your right fingertips and breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll slowly unravel, come back to all fours, to our tabletop position. Next, we're gonna go through something called the puppy pose. So coming onto your forearms, we'll slowly melt the heart towards the mat, keeping the knees on the mat, keeping your thighs perpendicular to the floor. Maybe melt your forehead down onto the mat, or just place your chin onto the mat. And breathe for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll come on up slowly, come back to our tabletop position. From tabletop, see if you can come onto the balls of your feet and come to a hover at the knees and shoot your tailbone up all the way towards the sky into a downward dog position. Next, raise your right leg up and back, keeping your hips square towards the floor. And exhale, see if you can curl your knee in towards your belly and place your leg down towards the mat, keeping your feet behind your wrists. So coming on to our pigeon stretch. So if your sitting bones don't touch the floor, you can just stay on your fingertips, keeping your body upright. If you're more flexible and your sitting bones are all the way onto the floor, you can melt all the way down onto your forearms and place your forehead onto your forearms. But otherwise, you can stay upright into your pigeon stretch, and we'll hold this for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to our 3-legged downward dog, we'll switch sides. So placing both feet on the mat. This time, raise your left leg up and back into your 3-legged dog. Exhale, curl the left knee in and carefully place your leg just behind your wrists. Once again, check in with yourself. If your sitting bones are not on the floor, just stay upright, and that's a good enough stretch. Otherwise, if your sitting bones are all the way onto the floor, you can melt onto your forearms and feel a deeper stretch in the outer hip. So I'll stay upright as well, and we'll stay here for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll slowly come back onto our 3-legged dog and come on down onto your downward dog. Just breathing from our downward dog, raise your right leg up again, keeping your hips squared. We'll curl that right knee in towards the belly. Take a step forward into a runner's lunge. But this time we're going to swing to the long side of the mat, extending both legs, making sure our toes are pointing to the long side of the mat. Place your hands at your hips. We'll inhale, lengthen at the spine, and exhale, see if you can fold all the way down. Your crown of the head doesn't have to touch the floor, but we're going to place the hands in line with our 2 feet. So melting in this wide-legged forward fold for 5. For 4, see if you can feel like you're pulling the mat apart with your 2 feet. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly inhale, back up, stacking the spine, being careful. Coming from your wide-legged forward fold, we'll turn those toes back into our runner's lunge on the other side. Come back to your 3-legged dog with your left leg raised up. And slowly have your feet down and come back to your downward dog position. Breathing for 3, 2, and 1. We'll gaze forward, cross the legs, and come to a sitting position. So sitting onto the mat. We'll place our hands beside the hips. Keep your spine long and press your shoulders away from your ears. Dandasana. So this is a sitting staff pose. Make sure your toes are pointing up and you're pushing through the heel. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale. So slowly we'll bend the right leg up and we'll place, there's 2 options. You can either hug your right knee or you can place your left elbow on the outside of your right knee and turn and twist. So pick your option. I'm going to pick the option to hug my knee. We'll place the fingertips just a few inches behind us. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, gaze towards your right shoulder. And see if you can turn and twist. So we'll inhale and lengthen through the spine first, and exhale, see if you can go deeper into your twist. Or you're welcome to stay where you are, and we'll stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully unravel and come back to center, and we'll switch legs. Starting from staff pose, we'll work on the left side this time, so we'll bend through the left leg. Same thing, you get the option to hug your knee or to place your elbow on the outside of your left knee for a deeper twist. So for this side, I am going to go into a deeper twist, so placing your fingertips just a few inches behind you. We'll inhale and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist and gaze over the left shoulder this time. We'll inhale and lengthen through the spine once again, and exhale, see if you can go deeper into your twist. Staying for 5, 4, make sure you're breathing still. 3, 2, and 1. And we'll slowly come back to center. Shake out the legs if you need to. Starting from our sitting staff pose, we'll slowly make our way down onto the mat. Keeping the knees bent, we'll bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh. And we'll slowly come to a hover with the left foot. Interlace the hands just behind the left thigh. But as we do that, I want you to push your right ankle into the left thigh as you try your best to pull your left thigh into your body. So this is an active stretch. And we'll stay here for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll slowly release. Switching sides, this time we're placing the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Come to a hover with your right foot. Interlace your fingers behind your right thigh. Same thing, I want you to keep kicking your right ankle into your, I want you to keep kicking your left ankle into your right thigh as you try to pull your right thigh into your chest. And making sure you're breathing, check in with your breathing always. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and we'll slowly release. Keeping your legs bent, we're gonna come into a happy baby pose. So bringing both of your soles into the air, see if you can grab the outer edges of your feet. In your happy baby, I want you to try to bring your feet towards the floor as you push your low back into the mat. So remember to keep your low back glued onto the mat, and you'll feel it more in the groin and the inner thighs. So stay here, or you can add a little bit of a rocking side to side if that serves you. And we'll stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly let it go. Extend your legs. Extend your arms to the side, palms facing up, and come to resting.